My beloved child, wait, pause right here for a second. Don't skip. Something is already unfolding, and if you move too fast, you might miss the very moment everything begins to make sense. Because what you're about to hear, it didn't happen loudly. It didn't happen in front of you. It happened somewhere quiet, in a conversation you were never meant to witness. And yet, it was about you. Take a breath. Feel that stillness for a moment. The person you love, finally opened up. Not casually, not carelessly, but in a way that only happens when the heart can no longer hold everything inside. And what they shared might surprise you more than anything you've imagined. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because this wasn't just words. It was truth, slipping out between pauses. It was emotion, breaking through their voice when they thought no one noticed. Imagine this. They were sitting somewhere, maybe with a friend, maybe in a quiet corner, trying to act normal. But something kept pulling them back to you. Not your name, not directly at first. Just small hints. A smile that appeared out of nowhere. A sudden silence when someone asked a simple question. A look in their eyes that didn't belong to the present moment. And then, they spoke. But not the way you expect. Not in dramatic confessions or loud declarations. No, it came out slowly, almost like they were discovering it themselves. They said something about you that changed everything. And here's the part no one tells you. They didn't talk about your flaws. They didn't complain. They didn't try to hide behind distractions. Instead, they described a feeling they couldn't explain. Have you ever felt that? When someone becomes more than just a person. When their presence lingers even when they're gone. That's what they spoke about. They said, there's something about them. I can't ignore it. Pause. Do you feel that shift? Because this is where it starts getting deeper. Don't skip. They weren't just talking about missing you. They were talking about understanding you. And that's rare. In a world where most people only see the surface. They saw something beneath. They mentioned moments you thought went unnoticed. The way you stayed quiet when you could have spoken. The way you cared without asking for recognition. The way you walked away from things that didn't feel right, even when it hurt. They noticed every single piece. And when they spoke about it, something changed in their voice. It wasn't confusion anymore. It was clarity, a realization. Almost like they were finally admitting something they had been holding back for a long time. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because here's the truth. They didn't just talk about who you are. They talked about what you mean to them. And that's where everything shifts. They said, you're different. Not in a way that separates you, but in a way that pulls them closer. And then, there was silence. A deep one. The kind that carries more weight than words. Because in that silence, they felt something real. Something undeniable. And for a brief moment, they stopped pretending. They stopped holding back. They allowed themselves to feel everything they had been avoiding. Don't skip. Because this is where the unexpected part begins. They admitted something quietly. Something they didn't even realize they were ready to say. They said, I think about them more than I should. Pause. Let that sink in. Because that sentence carries more truth than it seems. It means you're not just a passing thought. You're not just someone they remember occasionally. You've become part of their inner world. Their quiet moments. Their unspoken thoughts. And here's the part that might surprise you the most. They weren't afraid when they said it. They were relieved. As if finally speaking about you lifted something off their chest. As if acknowledging your presence in their life made everything clearer. Now ask yourself this. What does it mean when someone reaches that point? When they stop hiding, even in private conversations? It means something has shifted, something real, something that can't be ignored anymore. And right now, you might be wondering, what happens next? Because this wasn't just a conversation. It was a turning point. A quiet one, but powerful. And what follows after this changes everything. But wait, stay right here. Don't skip. Because the next part reveals what they didn't say out loud, and why that silence matters more than anything they spoke. Something didn't get said. Pause, feel that for a second. Because what they didn't say is louder than everything they did. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You see, after they admitted that you crossed their mind more than they expected, there was a moment where they could have gone further. They could have revealed everything. But they didn't. And that silence? It wasn't emptiness. It was hesitation, mixed with something deeper. Something they are still trying to understand. Imagine this clearly. They looked away for a moment, as if searching for the right words. But the words never came. Instead, their energy shifted. And the person sitting in front of them felt it. They noticed the pause. They noticed how your name, though barely spoken, carried weight. And then came a question. A simple one. But what do you really feel about them? And in that exact moment, everything inside them moved. Don't skip. Because this is where it becomes something no one expected. They didn't answer immediately. Not because they didn't know, but because they knew too much. There are feelings that don't come out easily. Feelings that, once spoken, change everything. And they were standing right at that edge. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They took a breath. A slow one. And then, they said something that no one saw coming. Not loud. Not dramatic. But powerful enough to shift the entire conversation. They said, it's not simple. Pause. Let that settle. Because those 3 words hold layers. It means you're not just someone they like. You're not just someone they admire. You are something they can't define easily. Something that doesn't fit into their usual understanding. And that scares them, just a little. But not in a negative way. In a way that feels real. Because real things are rarely simple. Don't skip. Because what came next changed the tone completely. They continued. It feels different with them, like I can't just walk away and forget. Think about that. In a world where people move on quickly, they admitted they can't do that with you. That's not ordinary. That's not casual. That's something deeper, something rooted. And here's the part that almost no one noticed. Their voice softened. Not weaker, but more honest. More exposed. Like they weren't trying to protect themselves anymore. Stay till the end. Because this is where the truth starts. Revealing itself quietly. The person listening to them leaned in. Curious. Because even they could feel, this wasn't just a story. This was something real unfolding. And then came another question. Do you think they feel the same? Silence again. But this time, it was different. It wasn't hesitation. It was reflection. As if they were replaying every moment with you, in their mind. Every conversation. Every look. Every unspoken connection. Don't skip. Because what they realized in that moment was something they had never admitted before. They said, I don't know, but I feel something when I'm around them. Pause. Feel that. Because that something is what people search for their entire lives. It's not logic. It's not planning. It's a presence. An energy. A connection that doesn't need explanation. And you are that for them. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because here's where everything takes a turn. They didn't stop there. No, they went deeper, without even realizing it. They said, it's like, they understand me without trying. That line. That one line, says everything. Because being understood, without effort, is rare. It's something people don't find easily. And when they do, they don't forget it. Don't skip. Because now comes the moment that changed everything. The person listening to them smiled. Not in surprise, but in recognition. Because they could see it clearly now. They could see how you affected them. And they said something back. You sound like you're already connected to them. And in that instant, something clicked. Not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply. Because they didn't deny it. They didn't laugh it off. They didn't change the topic. They just stayed quiet. And that silence? It was confirmation. Stay till the end. Because what happens after this is not just about what they feel. It's about what they're about to do. Because once someone reaches this level of awareness, they can't go back to how things were. They can't pretend anymore. And right now, they are standing at a point where a decision is forming. A quiet one, but powerful enough to change everything between you. Don't skip. Because in the next moment, they reveal the one thing they've been holding back the most, and it's closer to you than you think. Right when everything could have been hidden again, something inside them refused to stay quiet. Pause. This is the moment most people miss. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what happened next wasn't planned. It wasn't something they rehearsed or prepared. It just came out. And when it did, even they were surprised by their own truth. They looked down for a second, almost as if they were deciding whether to protect themselves or finally be real. And then, they chose truth. Softly, but clearly. I think, they've changed me. Feel that. Let it sink in slowly. Because that sentence carries a weight most people never admit. It means you didn't just pass through their life. You shifted something inside them. You altered the way they see things, the way they feel, the way they respond. That doesn't happen easily. That doesn't happen often. Don't skip. Because this is where everything becomes undeniable. The person listening stopped interrupting, stopped questioning. Because now, they understood this wasn't just a conversation anymore. This was a realization unfolding in real time. And once realization begins, it doesn't stop. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They continued, slowly, almost like each word was revealing something new even to themselves. It's strange, because I don't even try, but I keep coming back to them. Pause. That coming back, it's not physical. It's mental, emotional, energetic. No matter what they do, their thoughts return to you. And here's the part that makes it powerful. They didn't say it with confusion. They said it with acceptance. Like they were finally allowing it to be real. Don't skip. Because now comes the part that no one expected. The listener leaned closer and asked one final question. A question that most people avoid. Then why haven't you told them? Silence. A deep one. But this time, it wasn't heavy. It was revealing. Because in that silence, they faced something they had been avoiding. Not their feelings for you, but the possibility of what happens if they speak them out loud. Stay till the end. Because this answer changes everything. They smiled. Not nervously, not awkwardly, but in a way that showed they already knew the answer. And then they said, because once I say it, everything becomes real. Pause. That's it. That's the truth they've been holding. It's not that they don't feel something. It's not that they're unsure about you. It's that they understand the power of what they feel. And once spoken, it can't be taken back. Don't skip. Because this is the turning point. They didn't stop there. No, they went one step further. Something even deeper. Something that connects directly to you. They said, I don't want to lose what this is, before I understand it fully. Think about that. They're not running away. They're not ignoring you. They're protecting the connection, until they're ready to step into it completely. That's rare. That's intentional. That's real. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because here's what most people don't realize. When someone reaches this level of awareness, they don't stay silent forever. Silence at this stage is preparation. It's the calm before something meaningful happens. Don't skip, because now comes the part that changes your perspective completely. After everything they said, after all the pauses, the realizations, the truths, they ended the conversation with one final line. A quiet one, but powerful enough to stay with anyone who heard it. They said, I think, they're going to understand me in a way no one else ever has. Pause. That wasn't just a thought. That was belief. A belief forming, slowly but surely. And that belief is about you. Stay till the end. Because what this means is simple, yet powerful. They're no longer questioning your importance. They're no longer unsure about your presence in their life. They are beginning to see you as something different, something lasting, something that could become more. Don't skip, because what happens next is not just about their feelings anymore. It's about action. Because once someone believes this deeply, they don't stay still forever. They move, maybe slowly, maybe quietly, but they move. And right now, they are closer than ever to doing something about it. Closer than you think. Closer than they've ever been before. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because in the next part, you'll discover the exact moment they decide to step forward, and what that means for you. There comes a moment when thinking is no longer enough. Pause. This is that moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because everything you've heard so far, all the quiet realizations, the hidden emotions, the unspoken truths, they were leading here, to a point where they could no longer stay where they were. You see, after that conversation ended, something shifted inside them permanently. Not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply, like a switch turning on in a dark room. Suddenly, everything became clear. Every memory with you started replaying, not randomly, but with meaning. The way you looked at them once. The way your voice carried something they couldn't explain. The way silence between you never felt empty. They saw it now. All of it. Don't skip. Because this is where the decision begins. They didn't rush. They didn't jump into action immediately. No. They sat with it. Let it grow. Let it become undeniable. And the more they thought, the more they realized something powerful. They weren't afraid of what they felt for you. They were afraid of not acting on it. Pause. Feel that difference. Because fear of feeling keeps people stuck. But fear of losing something real pushes people forward. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And right now, they are no longer standing still. Something inside them has already started moving. Quietly, carefully, but with intention. Don't skip. Because what they decided next is something that connects directly to you. They told themselves something simple, but life-changing. I can't keep this inside forever. That thought alone broke the wall they had built. Because once someone reaches that point, they stop delaying. They stop overthinking. They begin to act. And here's where it gets even more powerful. They didn't plan something big. They didn't create a perfect moment. No, they chose something real. Something honest. Something that doesn't need perfection. Stay till the end. Because this is the once in a lifetime shift. They started paying attention to timing. Not random timing, but the right moment. The moment where you would feel it too. Because they don't want this to be just words. They want it to be understood, felt, received. Don't skip. Because now comes the part that changes everything for you. They imagined the moment. Not in fantasy, but in clarity. Standing in front of you. Looking at you, not casually, but fully present. And saying something they've never said before. Not everything at once, but enough to open the door. Enough to let you see what's been hidden. Pause. Can you feel that approaching? Because it's closer than you think. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And here's the truth no one tells you. When someone reaches this stage, they don't go backward. They don't suddenly forget. They don't pretend anymore. They move forward. Even if slowly. Even if quietly. They move. Don't skip. Because right now, they are preparing in ways you can't see. Small changes. Small shifts. But each one leading them closer to you. They're becoming more aware of your presence. More attentive to your words. More connected to your energy. Not by accident, but by choice. And that choice is growing stronger every day. Stay till the end. Because this next part is something you need to hear carefully. They're not just thinking about speaking. They're feeling ready. And readiness is what turns thoughts into action. Don't skip. Because the next time you see them, something will be different. Maybe it's in the way they look at you. Maybe it's in the way they stay a little longer. Maybe it's in the way they finally say something they've been holding back. But one thing is certain, they won't be the same. Pause. This is your moment to stay aware, to notice, to feel. Because something real is approaching. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And when that moment comes, you'll understand why everything happened the way it did. Because it was never random. It was always leading here. To this connection. To this realization. To this step forward. Don't skip. Because in the final part, you'll see exactly how it unfolds. And why this changes everything between you.